this the end, or are we gonna keep going past this? Or yeah, we're gonna go through the whole thing. Okay.
It has always started with the call to serve, fighting and winning for our nation. But Marines are never really finished. They serve in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful, always Marine.
Take a moment for Kinder Bueno with your coffee. Just unwrap and
Ah, I missed it. I thought I might, but whatever. Hopefully I do get enough jump boosts. It'd be kind of funny if I didn't, but I think I think I will. We're at 42, and we're gonna at least hit 50. All right. 54. That better be enough. I only needed 18. All right, Bowser Jr. Cup complete. Birdo Cup. I hopefully get to be Birdo and get a bomb. I don't think anyone's wearing a ribbon here, but I'll be her just in case. And yeah, I don't know. Sure. Halloween. It's almost Halloween again, right? Just give it another month and a half. We'll be back in Halloween season. Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, I didn't hit anybody. That's okay. What? How did something hit me? Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what we're talking about. I'm just releasing these for anyone to take, I guess. Anyone who wants these can have them. Holy cow. Holy cow. Red shell coming at me quick. I wish the sounds were a little more clear. Like, I wish... Sometimes I feel like the sounds of the queue up. Does that make sense? And so I think my combo is not going to... Dav. Dang it, I don't think I'm going to pass Dav. Oh, well, I tried, and 15K is enough. We got those maxed out anyway, so that was just to make sure I got the 5 grand stars, which I did. Tokyo Blur 3T. Now, are any of these girls wearing ribbons? You gotta be kidding me, dude. Can't even tell. I do gotta get first place, so I'll try this strategy. Let's see what we got. Mario Hakama. I'm ready if you guys are. I don't think I got it. Did I get it? I don't think I got it. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. I'm still doing good on the combo. Dang. can't believe I've done so well with this guy. Ridiculous. I feel like I did so great, and I came in 7th or 6th or something. I'm gonna have to re-race that. I'm gonna have to re-race it, because I gotta get first place in one of these Tokyo stages again. Can't believe it, I've been failing. But do we have another one coming up? We do. Tokyo Blur 3R, whatever. Rainbow Road, now this could be the chance to be her. She has a ribbon in her hair. And bombs. We need the bombs. We got a long stage, so maybe we can make it work.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. Well, yesterday we had a major game remake that was announced, and while we've had a lot of controversy over some of the more recent remakes and if they need to exist in the first place, this time people seem universally happy around the announcement, and we'll go over that here today. Also, we are going to be talking about some new information from Phil Spencer around Game Pass and even the possibility that prices could be going up for Xbox, and we're also going to be talking about a bit of a shakeup over at Rocksteady, as it looks like the founders are moving on to something different. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button, helps out a ton, and if you're new here to the SpawnWave channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And we're going to start today with Star Ocean: The Divine Force. It's out today, and we have seen some reviews get out there, and as I mentioned, it's going to be difficult to do worse than Faithlessness, that's sitting at like a 58 on Metacritic. Well, let's take a look at how the Divine Force did, sitting at a 74. This is a marked improvement over what we had seen with the previous entry in the series. Keep in mind, this is on 10 critic reviews. The split currently sitting at 6 positive, 4 mixed. There is a demo, so I recommend playing the demo first before you go out and buy this game, just to see if it clicks with you. Specifically, the combat and the way the characters look and react to different things, I'll say that. The reason there's 10 critic reviews, by the way, from what I've seen, is because codes for the game to reviewers went out on Friday, and the game's 30 to 40 hours long. So at that point, you have the weekend and the first half of this week to try to get through the game and then put together a written review and then also a video portion for it. So unfortunately, not all of them, I guess, were ready for release day. So you'll likely see more reviews come in over the next week, and that number could go down or it could go up. As long as it stays above a 58, technically Star Ocean trending in the right direction now. Also, we did get a release date now for Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. We can see this posted up over on Twitter from the official account, saying it will be released March 3rd, 2023, worldwide on Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC through Steam. It's also, of course, going to be available through Xbox Game Pass on console and PC day one. They also had an entire web page going over all of the changes and things they're working towards for release day that they gathered from that beta and that demo that they released. So it's good to see that they really took the feedback and were trying to make some changes and improvements from it. And a lot of it is like the sound design, the combat itself, even the visuals, frame rate, timing, everything. So they went really in depth with it. And I'm excited for Wo Long Fallen Dynasty after playing that demo and taking a look at some of the improvements that they're making. So not too much longer, looking for March 3rd on that one. Oh, and I told you I would keep you guys up to date around the Skyrim Anniversary Edition situation where the new patch and update for it actually damaged performance on the Switch to where you'd walk through certain towns and it was like 20 frames per second, sometimes dipping into the teens. That appears to now be resolved, which, for example, we can see this video that was done, a nice comparison. This from Zyphos Gaming, showing that now we are set that locked 30 FPS that was the original target for the game. And it also appears that the crashing issues were resolved for the most part, as people have taken to the internet and forums and stuff mentioning that they're not getting all the crashes they were previously. So at least Bethesda managed to fix this in somewhat of a timely fashion. I mean, it's a shame that it happened in the first place, but nonetheless, it appears to be fixed. And I also noticed that Skyrim was marked down half off with some of the more recent sales. So that, and then technically the upgrade cost to go to the Anniversary Edition, not necessarily $70 anymore, more like, $50 or so. But good to see it has been fixed. And guys, with some of the quick news out of the way, let's get into the bigger stuff. Let's start right away with that major game remake that was announced yesterday. And as I mentioned, we just got
Some people say our trade-in
off of The Last of Us Part 1 situation with that remake. This one, though, a bit of a different reaction online as people were genuinely excited for this. And we can see this posted up over on thewitcher.com. That's right, they say we are thrilled to announce that The Witcher remake is being worked on. The game that started it all has been rebuilt from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. The game is currently in the early stages of development at the Polish studio Fool's Theory, where veteran Witcher series staff are involved. We, as CD Projekt Red, are providing full creative supervision. The Witcher remake is what you might know by the codename Canis Majoris. It's still early, and we want to ensure that the game is created with the utmost care and attention to detail. Therefore, while we're excited to share the news with you, we want to ask you for patience, as it will be a while until we start talking about this project in detail. And it makes a lot of sense, I think, to do this remake, considering the first Witcher came out in 2007, so 15 years ago. They did an enhanced edition, I believe, the following year in 2008, but still 14 years ago. It's an older game that hasn't aged very well. And the fact that this announcement is telling us early in development, we're probably still 3 years out from this game even having a chance to get out there and release. So at that time, we're talking 17, 18 years between its original release and then that full remake. A bit different than all the stuff with Last of Us Part 1. in like 9 years and multiple releases, all of that. And I will say The Witcher hasn't aged the best. So it can definitely use this remake treatment moving to Unreal Engine 5. I mean, think about 2007, 2008. System requirements probably like a Pentium 4, and I'm thinking the NVIDIA 6000 series. We're still working with AGP slots on our motherboards back then, so changed a bit now. And thinking about Unreal Engine 5, CD Projekt Red has been really pushing towards using this engine as opposed to their Red engine, and that's probably just for overall development and getting games out a bit faster and it not taking like as long as Cyberpunk took. Unreal Engine 5 is something that they are still working to learn, obviously, and we've heard that projects like this, where they don't have to storyboard and do everything from scratch, but more or less focus on the engine itself, is a good way for these different studios to get acclimated to that, or even to a whole new system. So there's a lot of stuff going into this, but I don't think we're going to see it for a while. This was probably just announced to let fans know what's happening and maybe even work as a recruitment tool for anyone who wants to help, or I guess work, to bring back the original Witcher game. So exciting stuff here, especially since most fans of the series probably haven't played through even the first Witcher game, which sounds weird, but Witcher 2 showed up on the Xbox 360, and I'm sure that was a lot of people's first look at the series. And then Witcher 3 obviously was a big jumping off point for the entire Witcher series, and then obviously the series they did for streaming. So a lot of exciting stuff here. Like I said, it'll just be a while. I'm thinking 2 to 3 years before we even see it in action. Next up, let's talk about Microsoft and some new information that was shared from Phil Spencer. This was with like this tech convention, this talk that he did for the Wall Street Journal. And a quick summary here we can see from Benji Sales. So make sure you check out Benji over on Twitter. Makes it really easy to put up on the screen here for everyone. Where he says that Game Pass confirmed to be profitable, and that's been a bit of a divisive topic. Is Game Pass sustainable? Is it profitable? How much money are they losing? According to Phil Spencer, they're actually making money on Game Pass right now. It says Game Pass is 15% of the gaming revenue, and he also mentioned he doesn't envision Game Pass engulfing all of their gaming revenue in the future, and he sort of thinks it's going to stay around 15%, but the gaming revenue itself will increase over time, so it'll still be that same percentage of just a larger number. It says Game Pass growth on console has slowed some. PC growth is incredible. His reasoning for the console slowdown, by the way, in terms of Game Pass growth, is because eventually you just run out of people who have consoles, and that's kind of true, but also you would expect that as you drive console sales through game reveals, then you would have Game Pass growth continue on. And Microsoft really hasn't had that big-time game release like their Starfield or Redfall that got pushed next year. Again, one of the reasons I think 2023 is going to be a big year for Microsoft. Now, this is a big one. Prices on some things will have to go up at some point. Now, I do want to go over here to Tom Warren at The Verge to get the exact quotation from Phil Spencer, where he says, "We've held price on our console, we've held price on games, and our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things, but going into this holiday, we thought it was really important that we maintain the prices that we have." Which makes a lot of sense, once again, because they don't have Starfield or Redfall there as their big poster game that's like, you gotta get Xbox to play this. And it's one of the reasons I think when we get into next year, we could see a price increase somewhere, as Phil Spencer is mentioning that at some point prices will have to go up for something. Does that mean it's the console? Not necessarily. Does that mean it's the games at retail? Yes, that's probably most likely what he's talking about, but he could also talk about Game Pass subscriptions. I think they still look at Xbox as just a way to deliver people to, the end goal, which is getting you to sign up for Game Pass and just get you into their ecosystem overall, cloud gaming, etc. So in that sense, if you raise the price of games from 60 to 70 for, say, Starfield, well, that subscription service looks a lot better at its current price. That probably could see its own price increase. And you're technically just following along with market trends because third parties are doing it, Sony's doing it. You're just trying to meet the market price. And let's face it, when it comes to Game Pass subscription prices, they buy Activision, Blizzard, they just start throwing all these games in there, and really, all of a sudden, they have a ton of different selections in Game Pass, and it continues to build and build and build. yeah, they're probably going to say, hey, it's worth more than 15 a month now. Now it's 17 a month or 18 a month or something like that. We see other subscriptions go up in price quite frequently with things like Netflix and HBO Max and we see Amazon Prime and all these different subscription services have continued to climb over the years. There's a chance that in 10 or 15 years we look back on Game Pass when it was 15 and we're just like, remember those days. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm thinking next year when we get like a major release with Starfield to see if that has the $70 price tag on it, because for the most part, Phil Spencer, pretty vague with his statement there. So we'll see what Microsoft has up their sleeves when it comes to price increases for the Xbox.
One, gentlemen, live audience, Splatoon 3, what are you excited for?
Big splat zone right in the middle of the map.
Crowd, get hyped. This is your first look at ranked modes in Splatoon 3. Jackpot versus Starburst here, fighting it off here, the tournament life on the line. And Zach, what are we seeing here from these team comps?
This is honestly the anchor battle I wanted to see. You've already talked up .Q or Q on that Charger, the splatter scope, but Ice again has...
about the lockout phase in this particular mode, and whenever one team gets wiped out, it's that much more difficult to move back in. So far, though, it seems like both of the teams playing maybe a little bit tentative, not trying to get into that scenario.
Well, honestly, the Tacticooler makes short work of that argument. It's not a breakable special at the current time, so it's something that you can literally plop right in the middle of the zone if you want to. Your entire team gets multiple benefits because of that, and even despite that, Bran continues to do slaying for Starburst.
Yeah, Leafy, a very, very bold play there, trying to get Bran as they dropped onto it, but Bran very quickly was able to get that punish. You see Bran continuing to go attack and runs right into two members there. Madison Jarrett's going to get the punish, and once again, they have not been able to crack